Let's get it. Alright, this feels like a good time to edit this video. Oh, actually, I am currently reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and we are in chapter 2. So right now we're talking about how we change our identity. Pretty much he goes off this idea that there are 3 levels of behavior change, right? You can either change your outcomes, your processes, or your identity. And I kind of correlated those with your why being your identity, your how being your process, and your what being your outcomes. And so essentially his idea is that we should start by focusing on who we want to become, not necessarily what do. Because if you focus on what you want to do, then if that becomes out of alignment with who you think you are, inevitably those habits will fall by the wayside. The quotes from this chapter I think are good. Behind every system of action are a system of beliefs. There are set of beliefs and assumptions that shape the system and an identity behind the habits. Behavior that is incongruent with the self will not last. There's this quote by, I think it's Aristotle, that excellence is not an individual thing. It's a confluence of things. It's not one action, it's a sequence of actions. And so excellence is not just an act, but a habit. And so essentially what you have to do is begin to identify as the person that you want to become. Here's some more quotes here. One thing really big is fixing your self-talk. So saying I'm terrible with directions or I'm not good with technology. That's one way that you keep yourself in that rut of identity. Understanding that your true identity has to be in alignment with your beliefs. And then ultimately, even on a social level, identity conflict is one of the biggest things holding us back. So these videos are more about the individual, but when you talk about the collective as well, one of the biggest barriers to change is our collective identity. And that's one of the things that I really want to work on and focus on as I get into, this next iteration of myself. So yeah, there's a couple things I kind of disagreed with. I'm not going to get too far into that. He talks about your identity emerging out of your habits. I think that's true, but at the same time, I think that it's a two-way street. I think that your habits also emerge out of your identity. The more you repeat a behavior, the more you become that person. And this was a really big quote. I like this one. It says, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. We'll end it there. Your identity is a collection of your actions. And in order to start to become the person you want to be, you have to start at the base level, which is your identity. And then you can change your process, and then you can change the outcomes. If you try and change the outcomes first, it can be very difficult. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go catch this flight before I miss it, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Cheers. I like this airport. Feels like a hotel. Anyway.